Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at DocSimmons17. We've got a full stable of beautiful men here tonight. I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand, or look us up at Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, Country Air Brand on Twitter. Let's give it to a man who was rioting all last week.
That would be myself, Gunnar Wicks. You can find me on all social medias at Gunnar Wicks, no spaces. I will hand it off to my favorite referee, Perch.
What's up, everybody? I'm Perch. You can find me at PerchXLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Yes, sir. Waffled all around.
Waffles.
It was a waffle this weekend, but it was a great weekend nonetheless.
It
But
was waffle-less for me too. Maybe had Kurt come back with the room key, I would have had some waffles, but
Oof.
who knows?
Lots of tacos, though. Tacos in place.
Yeah. Tacos were overflowing. Can't complain about that though.
Where'd you have tacos?
Taco Fest. We will get into it.
Oh, okay.
Only the festival of tacos.
Yep.
There's any place to have tacos. That's it.
And if there's any place that's got bangers, it's Perch's Banger of the Week.
Segue.
Banger of the week. This one is a banger indeed. As I sit here in the garage at the moment, it brings me back to playing this song a lot. When it was out and many times throughout the years. It's a great song. It's a great vibe. Really great era. Banger of the week, Panic Switch by Silver Sun Pickups.
Ooh.
It's I don't know, maybe a deep cut now because it's been 10 years, but my
Yeah, it's
God,
been
is that a great
that
song.
one.
That's a damn good song.
Oh yeah, that's a yeah. God, yeah, that's about 10 years.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it looks like
10 years. Speaking of 10 years, a guy we haven't seen in like God knows how long. Introduce yourself.
Yo. Good to see you, fellas. It's Baxter Belafonte. You know where it's at. Baxter Wrestles, at Baxter Wrestles. How we doing?
good. We just got started. This isn't a visual media, so I'll let the like 12 listeners know Bax is wearing his Milwaukee Bucks champions hat that he's obviously very proud of.
And
They done did
Gunnar is also wearing the same exact hat.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh God.
I turned my camera on just for that. I'm in a dark, creepy room. No riots at the moment.
All right. How you been?
Sorry,
Bax?
what did I miss, boy?
Nothing. We just got done with introductions. Perch just let us know the banger of the week.
Banger of the week was Panic Switch by Silver Sun Pickups, Baxter. What do you think about that song?
I don't think I know it. Maybe if I heard it.
Ooh, a banger yet to be discovered. All right.
All right. Tonight I'll listen to it.
Yep. I'm definitely gonna have to do like a Spotify playlist for all our bangers of the week.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Coming for the fans. Sounds good. But we can just go into and talk about what we've been watching this week. It's a busy week for most. Let's see. Gunnar, what have you been watching?
At the moment, I'm watching Raw right now, which has been decent so far. But mostly, I got on like, you know how you go on YouTube and you watch a video and you like get caught up watching like related videos, and then all of a sudden 6 hours goes by and you're like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that with I think it's called Vice or Viceland or something like that, documentaries about independent wrestling. They talked about like some deathmatch stuff. Let's see.
Is that one
stuff
the
about-
Wrestlers?
What's that?
Is that show called The Wrestlers?
I think so. Yeah, I watched like 2 episodes of that, I think.
Yeah,
But
I did a while
I also
back.
watched some other like things like that were very similar.
Hey, you're a
But yeah,
documentary guy for a reason.
I got caught up watching that stuff just because it's like interesting to learn about people like Nick Gage is actually what got me started on it, because I watched his match with Jericho, and I don't really know too much about the guy. So then I like went up, YouTubed him. I saw interviews he had that were like an hour long with a few different people, podcasts that he was on. Then that led to like the deathmatch Vice videos, and that led to like the wrestler videos. And yeah, I went down a whole rabbit hole. But yeah, that's what I've been watching this week. Learned a lot.
Awesome. Well, yeah, if you haven't met Nick Gage, I recommend it. Super nice guy. He has
You met
come
him?
through ICW. Yep, super nice guy.
Yep.
Definitely recommend it. Killer match with Jericho. I'm sure we'll get into it in a second. Zach, what have you been watching?
AEW, Dark Elevation. Been watching more Impact. Still like doing my search on tags, wrestlers. I was on that kick with Motor City Machine Gun, but now I'm like kind of looking up more Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Fatal Attraction, or SCU, whatever you want to call them. Watching more of their tag stuff, watching how they do, because Motor City Machine Guns I feel like are like really fun to watch and like gives me ideas and creative ideas as a babyface tag team. But I want to like think of other ways to do cool combinations that still get heat. So watching Daniels and Kazarian for their heel tag teams.
Okay. Awesome. Baxter, what have you been watching? I know you've been running and drinking, but have you been watching any television?
Luckily, it's running first and then drinking later. Yeah, I haven't watched a ton lately. I did watch, or at least I started to watch Dynamite from the other night because y'all were blowing it up. I agree that was a super cool couple of entrances and the Space Jam thing. I thought the Survivor Series match thing, it kind of went a little long, but they did a good job at entertaining the whole way through. So that was really cool. Otherwise, I haven't watched a ton since like Money in the Bank. I did discover like on our Roku TV, we have like an Impact channel. I don't know if it's Impact all the time, but every time I've turned it on, it's just been Impact Wrestling. So it's been cool to just watch it here and there.
Pluto TV or Roku TV?
It's on the Roku TV guide.
Okay, I'll have to check it.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's like a crazy like 50.2 channel or something. But yeah, I haven't watched a ton recently, but I have tomorrow off the first time in like 8 days, so it could be a rabbit hole kind of evening myself.
Understand. All right. Percival, what have you been watching?
The AEW last week was a banger of the week, to say the least.
Yep.
Baxter touched on it. They hooked me right away from that beginning. I mean, Adam Page, the Hangman, we know where he's at. We know his character. We know how he performs in the ring. I've never been more invested in him in my life than when they made that video and called him a cowboy, called all the Dark Order guys with him. I mean, it was an odd pairing from the start, but they've kept with it for a long time, and it doesn't need to make sense. But that night, holy smokes, dude, he was riding out with his boys. Those were his cowboys. That was his gang of men ready to whoop some ass, and they all went out and died trying. I was hooked right away. Loved it. Those little video packages. Holy smokes. I was like, great, now I'm super invested into these guys. How the hell are they gonna top this?
Shout out to the editors of all these promotions, because they put together some great packages.
Oh, they really do. And then dude, then they go flip 180. It's intense and it's sentimental, and it's like, whoa, you really feel behind this guy. And then they flip the script 180 with the heels team, the Monstars, the Elite coming out, just horrible at basketball too. It was just the best, just so over the top. Seeing the Canadian Kenny trying to dribble that ball was hilarious. and it was exactly what it meant to be. I wouldn't doubt if he's an all-star athlete and can dribble that ball twice around. But on that night, that was exactly what it needed to be. And it led to a great match. Yeah, it was a long one. That was a battle. That was like an old Western, like 2.5 hours of long drawn out scenes, but damn it, it's a long, hard fought victory by the end of it. And you realize everyone who you lost along the way and the cool things that you saw along the way. And at the end of the day, it makes you want to see Hangman drop that clothesline on Kenny Omega after he works his way from the bottom to the top. Love that opener.
Great match, great opener. Anybody want to say anything else about it before Perch moves on? No? Awesome. Really? Oh, I'll say, love the gear. Love the Elite Squad gear.
Oh, yeah, that was great. As they had the jerseys and they had the big goons in the back, the Anderson the Gallows with the dark colored jerseys for the warm-ups, just great. Everything was done so well. And
shout out to whichever Jackson brother made that 3-foot jumper on that hoop that they had. Oh, fun match though. Fun match.
During that entrance, they were hitting everything, and then during the match, he pips that dunk.
Oh yeah.
That was so funny because
the outside with a dunk. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
they were banging mid-range just to start miraculously. And then the way they closed out that show was about as much hype as I was excited. Felt like I was in grade school waiting for Monday Night Raw again. and this Tuesday night or Wednesday Night Dynamite, it delivered. Nick Gage and Chris Jericho, like you said, Dre, we've seen Gage at ICW before. He was there at Crusher Fest, paying his respects with Slack. A couple of great guys who really respect the biz, and just to know him and to have worked alongside of him a few times since. It's a presence of a top level independent star working on TV against Chris Jericho on a main event on TNT. And he gets the main entrance too, the champion's entrance. He comes out, Jericho already in the ring. They threw it up to Nick Gage just being a monster. And he played that role well. I didn't want to step in the ring with him. I sure hell didn't.
If the announcer would have leaned a little bit more onto his entrance, because his little entrance call by announcers is great. But yeah, no, they still laid it out for him.
Mm-hmm. And kudos to the
small nitpick.
The Wrestling with Unicorns brothers for putting together some clips in the video package and everything.
Yeah, that was good to see them. Shout out to Martin and all those guys at Wrestling with Unicorns getting a chance to shine on national TV.
Some top level independent workers putting in their hard blood, sweat, and tears into the passion that they do, and it makes it onto that main event on TV. Just a wild thing, and it gives us all motivation and inspires to do better things with the rest of our lives every day. But yeah, great match. Love the story. I watched it with Pops, and he doesn't know about death matches other than the stories I've told him. But the way they told it was a great match. A good old school vicious. Could have been any era. Old school ruthless main event.
Yep,
absolutely loved it.
Yep, just like a monster. I don't want to say monster heel, but just a guy that's out to hurt you and somebody fighting from underneath.
I thought maybe Jericho could catch a quick Judas effect right as the bell rang to start, and maybe but instead we got to see a beautiful piece of art for the next 20 minutes, and then the Judas effect with the Walls of Jericho in there too, which was pretty sweet.
I was expecting a Walls of Jericho finish for that match. That's what my money was on, but
it had when he hooked it. It had me. I thought he was going to tap.
Pretty bloody for modern day weeknight wrestling, but they pulled it off.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you're not into it, at least listen to the audio just to hear JR drop out on commentary. when when it gets to be a bit much for him, and it's just not his style of thing. Just listening to the commentary for JR is pretty interesting, and it's I guess really only up Excalibur's wheelhouse. Seems to be the most comfortable with it. So
remember, we got Raven coming to the ring with a shopping cart and street signs. Kids growing up 10, 11, 12 got Nick fucking Gage pulling out a sheet of glass from under the ring and carving up Jericho.
Yep.
Dude, how about
the
that?
ring with a pizza cutter.
Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
Frankensteiner from Jericho. He hit it last week flawlessly. As soon as it was set up, like, oh man, is he gonna hit that again? And he nails a top rope Frankensteiner through the sheet of glass. WCW straight up modern day.
It's been a while since he's been doing since he's done Frankensteiners, definitely. So it's good to see it back. I know he did he talks about it, I think in one of his books. He had a match with Yuji Nagata where he went for like a top rope double Frankensteiner where they're both standing at the top and almost came down on his neck, and that like scared him from doing that spot for a very long time.
Oh wow. No,
How did he almost come down on his neck from that height? That's somebody messed up.
Yeah, they didn't go together.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll shoot you the magic clip. Yeah, you could tell. Like, if you saw it, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing that again."
Has anybody in here done one? A top rope Frankensteiner?
Not like that. I'm not doing that.
Let's talk.
I'm not like us both balancing on the top rope. Nope.
Good call.
Yeah, nope, not doing that. No, yeah, the match was really good. I think JR is super entertaining in it. It's dope to see Nick Gage. Dope to see Wrestling with Unicorns getting all the love. Anybody else got anything else they want to say about the match? Cool. Yeah, that's about all I watched too. I just really watched AEW. I'm still doing my Paradigm watch. I think I'm up to like 7 shows now. But not much from me. Okay, so we can go ahead and talk about what we did this weekend. And no doubt the person with the most exciting weekend was Baxter Belafonte. So what did you do this weekend?
Yeah, this will be quick. I worked, and when I say that, I don't mean wrestling. So next.
All right. Gunner Wicks. We talked about before it started on how the week started for you, but why don't you go ahead and see what you can remember?
Yeah, so had a pretty busy weekend. BCW was up at the Door County Fair all weekend, Friday through Sunday. I think we had like at least 4 shows per day. We were there from like the afternoon all the way until night working shows. Yeah.
Like that was like that one where everybody got sick our first year, Baxter, if you remember that.
Oh, was I there? I don't.
Yeah, you were there.
Oh shit.
Or maybe the one with the brown.
I feel like
brown.
I haven't been to Door County in a long time. I don't think I was there.
Oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, you might not have been there.
Maybe I was sick.
Time when that guy dropped his pants.
And came at Chuco? Yeah, you would remember that.
Yeah,
I wasn't there, but that was when Donnie was a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, that was when Donnie was a Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I was not there, but I'm sorry to interrupt.
Donnie Lee Boricua.
Yeah.
Speaking of Puerto Ricans and Chuco, I had a couple matches with him this weekend, which I felt were good. I haven't gotten the chance to work him in front of a live crowd before. This was the first time, at least in a singles competition. And I felt like we had some decent matches. Me and him have like good chemistry and timing with things. And I think we're kind of think alike in that way. So had a couple good matches with him. I had a tag match with me and Raven against Chucky and I think Fletch Malone.
Well, that was
There's
Yes.
a few battle royals in there. And I made my debut as the I don't know what to call it, the ring announcer / audio technician for one of the shows. Tyler got hurt, went to the hospital. Frank went with him. So Frank just looked at me, points to all the laptop and the soundboard and everything. He's like, "You're in charge now," and then he just leaves. I started freaking out because I had no idea how to operate any of that shit. Like, luckily, I figured it all out before the show started. Got on the mic. I announced people as they came in. Put together some like hype in between the matches before the show started. Been told by my peers I did a pretty decent job, so pretty happy with that. And I think I may have found a future to be the one-man announcer squad after my riding is over.
I'm
Just
telling
adding to
you,
that resume. Now you can put audio expert on your resume.
Yep, building it
Oh,
up.
one question: were you in full gimmick during the ring announcing?
yes, he was.
I was in full gimmick. Had the face
Enough
paint,
for,
which was like
the
half washed off and
ongoers-
stuff.
Come on, goers
But-
think it could be like Ace Frehley up there doing it, or Gene Simmons up there on the microphone.
Yeah, but I
Out
was
of-
like full announcer voice. Didn't try to be monstery or too evil to the children or anything like that. Just try to fill the role to the best of my abilities. I think I did a decent job. And also of note, I think I witnessed the ring get torn down faster than I've ever seen it in my life. After the show, I did the announcing. Yeah, it downpoured. It went from like sprinkles and like 30 seconds later, just complete downpour for like 30 minutes. I think we got that ring torn down in like maybe 15 minutes. Everyone was soaked afterwards. It was crazy. Overall, very memorable weekend. Well, actually, memorable, also not memorable. Sean hit me pretty hard in the back of the head with the club, which I'll never forgive him for. And I may have done a little too much partying, which also makes things a little fuzzy. But good weekend nonetheless. Glad to be wrestling fair shows. I wish you guys were all there.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
If we were there, you would not have had the chance to be the one-man PA squad and the one-man
true.
riot squad and the one-man party machine.
Gunnar, are you gonna give us a little taste of the big man voice or what?
Yeah, just a dabble.
I think that moment in time was so special that you just had to be there. And
Cop
to keep it special, I'm just, it's done. It's over. One and done.
Well, you'll always be unspecial to me.
Thank you. I expect nothing less.
All right. This might turn into a Chuco praise fest, but Zach, why don't you talk about your weekend?
Yeah, I wrestled Chico, and he was the shit. So fuck him.
Boom.
Fuck his praises. No, Friday was chill. Didn't wrestle. Saturday came up. Had a one-on-one with Sean Priest. Forgot that summertime is potato season time. Remember real quick. The stipulation was, I'm gonna kind of spoil some. Guess I'll spoil some of what Doc did because
I mean, yeah, I'm going to talk through yours too because we were mostly together this weekend, and then the day I wasn't, I was with Perch, so that'll transition to Perch.
well, me and Doc, our first show Saturday, stipulation was if Doc and I can both win our singles match, we get a shot for the Brew City Wrestling Tag Title. So Doc does what he does best and kicks Tyler's face off. Little do we know he worked the shoulder a little in that kick. Foreshadowing.
Yep.
And Sean tried cheating, but I caught him in whatever my new finisher's called. Don't have a name yet. But yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Listeners,
Okay.
please suggest a name for Zach's flatliner.
There it is, Zach's flatliner. Let's just go
I
with it.
mean, hey.
But no, then we have the tag match, which this has been a tag match we've been wanting, and from my understanding, Tyler and Sean were looking forward to it. So we all talked about, we all said we're gonna go, and we went. And I thought we had a great tag match. I thought everything was on point. I thank Drake for doing what he did, because if you have a perfect match, you have to retire. And Doc knew we had a perfect match, so he took it upon himself to jump and do a dive and dislocate Tyler Sullivan's shoulder,
Yep.
making it not perfect. So
Yep.
if Dre didn't do that, we all had to retire. That's how the match was.
Can I quick mention the fact though that on that dive, I swear to God, Doc landed straight on his neck.
I did
Like,
hit my head. I did hit
neck
my head.
/ like upper back, and you hit the ground hard.
Yeah,
And
I
at
did.
first, like, yeah, me and Frank looked at each other because we thought like you were seriously hurt, and then come to find out that it was Tyler.
Yeah, Doc, Doc just smack back of the head, smacked to the ground.
Yeah.
Kind of. After that, what else? I had one more match. I feel like. Oh, I worked Nacho,
Yeah. Or Bronco, right?
Bronco, Nacho.
Bronco.
Yeah, they both look like brothers or something.
Not your problem.
They got the same tattoos, maybe.
I don't know. No one pays attention but us. Yeah, we're Bronco. I thought it was a solid match. Cool spots, but and it was one. Sunday I worked 1/3 of the luxurious ones. Ethan Matthews, and I don't know how it happened, but at the end of the match, I went for a few schoolboys. Ethan went for a few schoolboys on me. And at the end, Kurt Naki rolled up Ethan with a schoolboy, and I counted 1, 2, 3 and rang the bell. So,
Hey,
not sure how it happened. I
the
just
rest
know.
got to get one. The rest got to get over too.
I think I was just caught in the moment, and when I seen the schoolboy on Ethan, I just knew 1, 2, 3. But yeah, Kurt Naki actually won that match. And then last show main event, I had to work Chuko, and similar to Gunner, I thought the match was super good, super solid. Everything was, the timing was right, the chemistry was there. The finish was simple, but it got a huge pop. It was just overall really fun match, and I don't really get to work Chuko 1-on-1, not even at camp. So like, being able to do that and have a good match is always good.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
you got two 1-on-1s this summer.
Yeah, I think both are like. I think the first one was decent, but this one like actually improved like significantly.
Okay.
I hope someone got on camera because I did my chair spot where I cannonballed and I landed right on my feet and had a cool pose. And then I was like, damn, I didn't record this match.
Yep. Yep. We'll talk about that when I talk.
So let's get you talking.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, speaking of not recording, Friday, I was in Door County as well. First match was against Bronco Braxton that I did record. I think it was a good match. First time matchup. We hit each other hard. My weekend was full of a lot of, big meaty men slapping meat. If you've ever seen my matches, so a lot of meat slapping.
Slapping meat.
Big meaty men slapping meat. That's what I'm about, brother.
That's a t-shirt. If I ever heard one.
Yep. So nice little liquid sword to end that match. But the end of that starts my weekend with Tyler, I guess you could say, because then he jumps me right after. We're the opener. He jumps me right after. We fight to the back. I demand a match from Frank, and we are now the new main event for the first show. Been a while since I've wrestled Tyler 1-on-1. I really think since my first year in like at Portage County. So it's literally been like since then, like it's literally like 2 years since we wrestled 1-on-1 now. Great match. we beat the hell out of each other. And I came away with another Liquid Sword win. Which then I guess gave Frank the idea that, hey, maybe these country air guys deserve a chance to get those title shots. So Saturday, had another one-on-one with Tyler where we beat the hell out of each other, and I came through with another Liquid Sword that he didn't see coming and took the win. Later on, Zach had his match with Sean, and Tyler went to go interfere, and I had to put a stop to that. Super kick to the face this time was just enough to get that done and to see Zach come up with the win. And we then had ourselves a tag title match later on in the day. And then, finally get our tag match. I think it's going good. I say they steal a win. I'm not real happy about it. So I decide to break Tyler's shoulder by diving on him.
All right, let's talk about this. Maybe Perch with proper ref etiquette can talk about this because I didn't touch on this. Doc hits Liquid Sword on Tyler. Third time this weekend. Pretty sure we've all known Tyler can't stand up for it. Sean Priest doesn't hit Doc to break up the pin. He beats the shit out of Kurt Naki and murders Kurt.
Yep. All
And then
right,
how did he
Kurt.
still retain? Back to you, ref, once or twice. Explain the ref rules.
I mean, I believe it's supposed to be when you attack the ref, that's an automatic DQ, but maybe the second ref coming in negates that. I'm not sure if that's how that works, Perch.
Yeah, well, it all depends on what the referee's discretion is. And if said referee who's in the match maybe the senior official or the main official, it can be overruled. It leaves the stipulation open to the main official.
And in that case, I guess Junior would have been the senior official, so it's his call.
Yep, and that comes down from the company. So representing the company is the senior official, or whatever you want to call it, the HRIC, head ref in charge. He ultimately is representing the company and gets final say. And it's between the
So
company.
what you're saying is Frank screwed us.
Well, you blame the ref.
Like Frank screwed us. If he represents the company, Frank screwed us. All
It all
right.
works this way.
So I hit a big flip dive and hit my head, but more importantly, I sent Tyler to the hospital.
Can I ask you a question, Doc?
Yeah.
What makes your Liquid Sword so liquidy? And is there a solid sword?
It is a liquid sword because liquid is ever flowing and changing, just like my sword is. It will come from any and every angle, no matter where you are. You cannot escape it. Is there a solid sword? Probably somewhere.
But not in your possession.
Not in my possession. This is a liquid household.
That is a much more well thought out answer than I was expecting. Thank you.
I think about things occasionally.
Or maybe next time you should think about being the world's greatest heavyweight and recklessly jumping off the top rope onto people's shoulders.
It's like, hey, it's a lot of weight to catch. I understand.
Poor Tyler.
Yep, poor Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. Hope he gets better soon.
Yeah, I do hope he gets better so I can kick his face off again. Sunday. Sunday, I got up. Actually, no, I didn't get up because I went home that night and did a bunch of sewing until 5 o'clock in the morning. Slept for 3 hours and then went to Mondo Lucha for Taco Fest, where we had all the tacos, Gunner, and it was delicious.
Jealous.
Yes.
There needs to be a Waffle Fest. Is there a Waffle Fest somewhere?
I feel like there is.
Belgium?
I mean, there has to be, right?
Yeah, it would make sense. We will invest in this. Future episode, live from Waffle Fest.
Inform the investigative team.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that hard to just put together in your kitchen or something.
Whoa! Waffle Fest. from the Baxter Belafonte compound.
And yeah.
We can do it in my backyard. We set up a ring and just make Gunner like 12 waffles, and he'll be happy.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe a quesadilla and some boneless wings. Who knows?
Throw it all in. Margaritas, mimosas.
Shit.
You
Depends on what time of day. Yeah.
don't need a ring. I seen you take the suplex to the backyard.
Oh, that's true. My
take floor bumps.
backyard.
We take
The backyard is a
Grass
wrestling
bumps
ring
out
if you're
here.
drunk enough.
Like I had you body slam me on that gravel that time in a match, so
Oh yeah, that was a good on the fly call.
yeah. So
Good times.
we're hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to Taco Fest. 2 shows. Taco Fest was awesome. First show, me versus Joey Avalon. Always fun to work Joey. Like I said, weekend full of big meaty men slapping meat, and he is one of the biggest and meatiest. So very meaty slap fest. I died, so that was fun, and crowd enjoyed it. Second show was a triple threat. Me, Joey, and Aesop. Looking to get my revenge on Joey, but Aesop was probably the slightly weaker opponent. So came off with a double stomp from the top to finish him. And then
What?
more tacos.
Who was the second match? You, Aesop, and who?
Me, Aesop, and Joey Avalon in the triple threat. Yep. So even more meaty men slapping meat.
What happened to Team Turbo?
My partner Jared Jackson was involved with lots of tag and lots of other tag action with good friend of the show, Mario Crivello.
Oh, nice.
Also, it's Turbo Team, jackass.
No, it's Team Turbo.
Yeah,
Oh.
idiot.
My bad.
Fight.
Oh, you said that with such confidence that I had to think about it for a second.
I thought it was like Turbo Time from the old movie.
It's turbo time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Turbo. We
Ah,
wanted it to be Turbo Team, but it's Team Turbo.
See,
all the way.
This old
like,
head remembers something about
Yeah,
that.
maybe that's what it is. Yes, yeah. We preferred Turbo Team, but that was denied for Team Turbo.
All right.
So yes, my partner was wrestling with a good friend of the show, Mario Cavello. Good to have him back. Good to be back at Mondo Lucha. Like I said, my weekend was awesome, filled with tacos.
I'm happy you're
Perch.
happy, but, don't call him your partner.
My other partner.
No.
Fight.
All right, getting out of this awkward situation. Perch, talk about your weekend.
Man, it was a great weekend. Started things off Friday, heading down to St. Louis. Went down for Wrestle Max. Fun promotion down there. A couple of referees I've worked with before in Aaron and Man Bun.
Hey, love both of those guys.
Great guys.
Aaron knows where all the food is. So if you ever run into Ref Aaron and you're hungry, ask him. I highly recommend it. Hasn't led me wrong.
Aaron and Sean's been there every time we've made that trip down to St. Louis.
Yep.
And this time was the first time since the whole world changed. So that was a little over a year ago to be back in St. Louis. But this time it was absolutely wonderful, just like every time before. I got to referee 3 matches. The opening scramble, which was 5-man, with Moses ended up winning.
Good homie.
Yep, good dudes from down there. Recognized a handful. Took a minute, and they placed it like, man, Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Right before. Yep. We
was
will always
fun.
have that connection to those people for last
Mhm.
thing before everything shut down.
Yep, we were some of the last people we got to meet before everything shut down. So to have, to pick up things right where it was left off, or to get not that it was closure needed, but hey, we remember each other, and that's connections that were still made and still carried through as a lot of people came and went. But you know, when you give it everything you got, which we do, you're gonna meet up with people again. So yeah, that was awesome, just wonderful, and great to be a part of it. And the other headliners were having Josh Alexander on the card, and
Yeah. Let's not just put over the people that we're friends with.
and Davey
Put over
Richards.
the other good wrestlers.
I had a whole page in my notebook ready to take notes on those guys' matches. But the other ones I had was Jake something against Baracus. Just a couple of, you talk about big guys, Dre. These guys were both monsters. Monsters.
Kurt, you better be taking notes on Jake something for me.
Rev Perk slapping Matt. Slapping the mat. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've got a good scouting report for you, Gunner. I'm really excited for when you get to wrestle him. I'm all ears for you. I've had a handful of his matches and can give you my scouting report for it. So on this one, it was awesome. Let me tell you, he's not afraid to go to the depths that he needs to to kill his opponents. This guy was a big 300-pound plus monster in Baracus, and Jake something gave everything he had, and ended up taking him out by Black Hole Slam. So be aware of the Black Hole Slam.
Noted.
Yep. And then the next match was Josh C, which is great, who's the BLM champion at the moment, and he had the title. It was an absolute honor to see that and to be in the ring with it too. And he took on Camaro, which was a pretty cool match. Good back and forth.
Another big meaty man.
Yep. Good size. Good quads.
Yeah, he's got some thick thighs on that boy.
That was a great match. Just a good back and forth. And the best thing was, it was just a good story. Really enjoyed. So those are my 3 matches, and it was all before intermission. So I was able to get comfortable, get ready, and take notes on the Davey Richards match, which was just awesome against JDX. To have top level performers on the independents right now is so cool, and we're able to learn from it, and students are able to learn from it and pass it on to people they work, much like we are to take, Bruiser when we had his time on the independents. Don't take anything for granted and soak all the knowledge you can in, because you never know when someone gets signed or someone's working in a different country or working with a company, and you can't use them on the independents. So I think it's really important for anyone to at least find a match where someone you can learn from on the card is, and at least find notes that you can. If you have a chance, pick their brain, maybe ask them a question after, just anything to keep learning. So yeah, it was just a wonderful time in St. Louis. Great all around. Very fun time. And then a brief detour at my brother's house on Saturday as we watched Lollapalooza and saw Fred Durst kick it off with some with some Limp Bizkit.
I did see a couple of shots of that.
How cool was that, dude? They rocked it. They sounded the same too, and they absolutely crushed. I was wondering why there weren't any shows in Illinois this weekend. Well, that makes sense. Fred Durst coming out with that new look too was wonderful.
Very 70s Private Eye.
Yeah. Yep, a pleasant surprise. Didn't see it coming. And then Sunday got to experience the Summerfest grounds in Milwaukee on the lakefront for Mondo Lucha Taco Fest. Took down 7 tacos in total. They were unbelievable. Taco Mike's, big shout out.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Local place. Best. I took down 6 of their tacos, and they were really good. But yeah, ended up having a couple of great matches in the first card. and Melanie Cruz was back and teaming with Goldstein against Jarrett Jackson.
Mario.
And Mario. Marman making his Mondo debut. So having Melanie Cruz in there was awesome because there's another veteran that I've learned from that we've all been able to pick her brain and learn a few things inside the ring or take a few boots inside the ring. Each one of us is, at least tangled up with her at some point or another. So it was great to be in there with her. And then the final match was Castro and Dysfunction, which is a good heel tag team against Skits and the Beast, the Russian. Great to see the Russian in action too, in top physical form. Just a good fight all the way around. I was trying to yell at the Russian to get out of the ring, but he obviously couldn't understand what I was saying. Some shenanigans, but great matches. And then the second show, we ended up having the same matches, but I think it was different outcomes. Crazy action. Very fun. So 4 matches on that day, but we got to enjoy it with veterans that we've all been able to learn from over the years. And we got to experience it at the Summerfest grounds where we've been missing it for a year and a half, 2 years. It was just kind of a very, very, good spiritual kind of sentimental weekend. Able to take it all in with a nice deep breath and say a prayer and thank God for the opportunities that we've gotten through wrestling and through friends and family in the business, and earning opportunities to learn and grow and reap the rewards of tacos in the process.
Oh yes. Very few rewards are as good as tacos. Yeah, it was an awesome weekend for I think everybody involved. So with that, we can move on to our next segment, which is the question I asked to the group, and that is a very fun one, I think, this week. What is the wrestling phrase actually that you still use in everyday conversation? Let's go with Zach Hendricks.
Baxter Belafonte, what phrase do you use?
I see what you're doing there. Oh, maybe I don't.
Here we go. I'll go first. You idiots. All right. Oh, actually, I'll give Mav's answer was, of course, the classic Ron Simmons, damn.
Damn.
Yep. Damn. Can't go wrong with that, except when I tried to explain it to my fiance, she does not see the hilarity in it. It's funny, baby. You just don't get it. And for me myself, I'm gonna have to just go with The Rock, since y'all didn't want to go first, since he had so many classic ones. I'll go with know your role and shut your mouth. I definitely say that all the time, mostly when drunk.
In prime form.
Yep, yeah, that's when we all think we're The Rock.
If you're so bad. That was one I once walked up and grabbed the microphone out of a guy's hand doing karaoke and gave the loudest and most into "If You Smell," and dropped the microphone and walked out of the bar. And my brother was the only one there who promptly walked out with me. Did not look back.
There was a time when I don't know why we were doing this, because we were stupid kids. But we would just give each other surprise stunners as like somebody walks into a room. Like if like somebody's entering a party, you just wait at the door. Oh, hey, how you doing? Kick to the gut stunner. So there were a lot of Austin 316 just as I whooped your ass for a time period.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. That one comes up every once in a while.
All right, Zach Gunner, what you got?
I guess I can go with the classic. What?
Yep.
Stone Cold Sweat. I hate it, but probably a word I say, probably all of us say the most. Good. I'd like to say my catchphrase. And I'm gonna incorporate more. Is tonight you're gonna go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. Someone forgot how to start doing that. True conversation.
I am very surprised that yours isn't. Oh, you didn't know.
Oh, maybe I probably said that a few times in the way.
Like it's like this Road Dog has so many good lines. I'm surprised you don't use any of his in everyday conversation.
I probably do. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty beat today.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Gutter, what do you got? I know Kane and Undertaker don't talk much.
They do not. But mine will have to be, by God, that's gotta be Kane. That's it.
That's great.
Love to use in random situations. Half the time it doesn't make any sense, but
When is it
gotta get them
supposed
Kane references in.
to?
Oh, and it's 0 to 100 too at the intensity. It
Yep.
brings a moment.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start winding down and let's talk about what we got coming up this week.
Ooh,
Guys.
tell me you did not just say
oh, my bad.
no, I just wanted to get that last one in there. That one stuck with me forever back in the day. The Booker T.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me you did not just say that. Had to use it at the right moment. But yeah, that was a banger too.
Oh, hey,
I've had a bunch.
I knew
But
you
that
were
one
going
was
with that.
definitely
That's why I skipped you.
Bros, can I interrupt for a quick second?
No.
Sorry to do this, but I have some riding to attend to, and I need to drop from the call.
Oh, well, you suck. Well,
I love you all very
before
much.
you leave,
You're
tell them if they can catch you anywhere this week.
This week I'll be at ICW Sunday. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I will be there.
All right, so check out Gunnar Wicks at ICW on Sunday. I believe that show starts at 4.
Yep. I'm sure you guys will all say very nice things about me when I leave.
Of course.
Right?
Why would we do anything else?
Of course. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
What a jackass.
Yep. All right. So yeah, let's talk about what we got going on this weekend. Let's talk first with who probably has the most to do. Perch, what you got?
This Thursday we're kicking it off down in Chicago at Ozinga Field, the old baseball field. Back for Dollar Beer Night Thursdays and wrestling for Zello Pro. So this Thursday down in Illinois, and Friday we're right up to Oshkosh, Wisconsin for ACW. I believe it's the big Rumble event. An event that I think a lot of us have taken part in a time or another at Swoggle's promotion. We've gotten into the Rumbles, so I'm really excited to be back up north, take a nice country road right up north before heading right back down to Illinois for AAW on Saturday. We're going to be doing some TV tapings for AAW Alive, which airs on Wednesday nights at 9:00 on Twitch. And then we've got Savages and Kings, the big pay-per-view that's coming up. That's going to be right after the tapings. So that's going to be a good time down on Bourbon Street. I believe Eddie Kingston is in the house, which is going to be sweet to see. We've gotten to see him in action at AAW in the past, but not in a while. So really excited. And Fred Yehi is the new champion. So we'll see what happens with the new reign of terror. And then Sunday, Gali Lucha, right back down in the same area. So it's going to be a full swing of events, and I couldn't be happier.
Awesome. Baxter, what you got on the calendar this week?
Well, nothing this weekend, but if anyone in this current podcast is free this Wednesday, I will be at the place that we train, and then some of us are going to go the old stomping pad where we used to sing karaoke. So
Ooh.
I'm being as vague as I can, but y'all know what it is, so that could be fun.
Yep.
But as far as shows this weekend and stuff, not yet. Love y'all, of course, but I love that baby too.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Zach, what are we doing?
Wrestling wise, we're not booked. We're not booked.
Yeah.
Not booked at all. We will not. No ICW for us. No shows, but we are, I think, going down to 01 USA to help out and do what old Rampage. What's his name? Rampage Santana. What's that
Yeah.
kid's name in Minnesota? The one talking about how you have to pay dues.
Yeah.
Going there and paying those dues and earning those opportunities.
Yep. We'll be at 01 for Road to the Civic Center down in Noble, Illinois, I believe.
If I'm not mistaken, our buddy Saul got a big match that show.
Yep, Saul's got a big match versus Gary J. That'll be another big men slapping meet if you've ever seen a Gary J match. Connolly, who we've met, Anakin Murphy, Camaro Jackson, who we've talked about earlier on the show. It'll be a good show. So check it out. It'll be a good one. But yes, me and Zach will be down there helping out. That's the only thing on the docket for us this week.
For now, yeah.
Yep, for now. It's still early.
It's still Monday.
And with that, Zach, do you have a question since Gunnar left?
So I really didn't have this question. I'm not really sure if we ever did this in a previous podcast, but Val was listening to a Jim Cornette podcast, and Jim Cornette had posed a question to his podcast about 8 superstars in WWE, AEW or something, which you would love to have to build your promotion around. So I don't know if we want to structure a question around that. I feel like 8's a lot.
Yeah, let's do 2.
Let's do 3.
3?
So, yeah.
I can do 3.
That you would love to have to build a promotion around.
I would first of all have Paul Turner as my referee. I am so happy that AEW's got Paul Turner as their main referee and they're building it around him. I think he's great. I will put him as the top referee. And I would also put John Cohen in there for the referee. So second that I would build the company around would be John Cohen from WWE. A couple of great referees that I think could really do it. And then the third one would be Ref Rob King from the NWA. I think those are 3 absolute good companies represented by the top referees at their brand doing it. So if I were to pick 3, it would be those 3 referees representing the brands: John Cohen, Paul Turner, and Rob King.
Oh, all right.
I like it.
Yeah.
Are we talking historically, currently?
Those are
people
3
in their prime.
current referees
let's do current.
in their prime right now, leading the company that they work for as a referee. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Perch took the napkin, so yeah, we'll go with current. B, I would go AJ Styles, Mil Muertes, El Macias, Ricky Banderas, whatever you want to call him.
Call him Scary.
Yep. And then my last one, I kind of want to pick somebody young. I think I'm gonna go with Swerve.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
Yep. So I'd have AJ be my older established baby face. I'd have Mill be my top heel, and I'd have Isaiah to build the company for the future.
Ooh, I like that. I like the top heel in there too. Just a good villainous.
Yep. He's my type of just vicious heel that I like. So
I'm trying to figure mine out right now.
all right.
I need a third. I think I guess I'm just gonna go for it. I think Big E is entertaining and a stud. I just enjoy watching him, and I would say Kofi.
Against that.
I would say Kofi because he's one of my favorite of all time, but I think he's a little bit older than E. But I mean, they're right there. Also, I would say Charlotte Flair. You got to have a women's division. It's got to be, it's got to be entertaining. She's right there. I'm still thinking about that third. While y'all talk, I might think of that third. So that's my top two.
So I will build mine around. Damn, I just had a baby face and I lost him. Oh yeah, for baby face, I would do Brian Pillman Jr. Like he has a good, nice, rich history. Good look. Good fire. Like really goofy personality. Like I think Brian Pillman would be like the guy I'd build my company around. He'd be the face. My villain, my top heel would be MJF, of course. He has years to go, and I just feel like what he's doing is working. He's collecting on so many levels, and he's so young. So like, if you just give him the ball, let him roll with it, and like I think he would do very well. And I always feel like my third should be like kind of like an Undertaker-esque feel, where he can like he can be like that top babyface, top Sinister, antagonize both your other two tops. So I would go with Aleister Black or Malachi Black now. Like he would be like my tweener, the guy who just kind of bends all the rules.
Okay.
So I guess
Nothing else you want to add, Baxter?
You said Big E and Kofi. Do you want to get Xavier Woods?
I don't know why I didn't think of Malachi, but dude, he's fucking awesome. But I don't know. If I have to go anyone, I guess I'll say either Malachi or what's Rusev called nowadays? I don't even remember.
Miro? Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, Miro. Yeah.
There's no wrong answers.
Like
there is in my mind, all right?
Malachi kicked Arn Anderson's head off and that microphone went flying.
Yeah. Dude, and he was dead for like 20 minutes.
He was dead.
Good sell. Yeah, I do like Miro. He's got the look. He's a thick man. Just a dude you wouldn't want to fuck with.
If you can't tell on this podcast, we like big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah. Speaking of slapping meat, Miro's wife is also nice to look at.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
CJ Perry, I think her name is.
Yep.
Yeah. She's a fun follow on the TikToks.
And, did you see the Miro promo where he was like, what is it? I thank God for giving me this drive and a very flexible wife.
That is funny because he's probably not that flexible.
Probably not. Probably not.
That's hilarious. I will just go back and say that Paul Turner, Perch mentioned Paul, like I think most of us were at Ring of Honor. Paul, just a stand-up guy, super cool. I think many of us were there when he decided to leave Ring of Honor, and just a super cool guy, great at his craft, and just just really proud of him, and cool dude.
Yeah, he was one where it's like, this is just a normal, regular, like awesome dude. Like I could one day be that. Like just as simple as it is,
You ain't far from it, brother.
it makes you realize that, pro wrestlers and the pro wrestling business and stuff is right there. And it is just normal people, but people who, work their job and know it so well. So, yep, still studying, as we all are, to one day be in that kind of a position.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you know what? I think that positive note is actually a good place to just take it home, because I don't think we have ever done that. So this has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.
Yeah.